let's get into the guy who I think is probably going to be our number one backup corner as of right now. Probably a secondary player in general. We've worked him out before at safety as well,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't be shocked if he pops there even occasionally. And that's Nick McCloud. Not to be confused with
McCloud.
Connor McCloud, Highlander, because I knew you were going to do it. Here we are. By the way, I
You watching
realized
WWF?
I was talking about that movie at work the other day, and I realized that apparently younger people don't know Highlander the movie.
Oh, that's
Apparently,
terrible.
we're just old people now, and people that are
I mean,
in
it
their
was
20s don't really know that.
84.
I want to say that you were probably dead on in the year. I want
I
to
think it
say
was 84.
I want to say so. I mean, Queen was the soundtrack to it. That just tells you how old
Yeah.
the movie was. I mean,
But I mean, listen, people like 22
yeah.
know who
So
Queen is, Freddie
if
Mercury.
you're younger and you haven't seen that movie, watch it. Do not watch the sequel; it will ruin the original for you. The sequel was
Yes, 100%.
horrendous pile of manure. But
Only
the
the
original one,
original.
and then you can watch anything past the sequel as well. Just know that it's not nearly as good as the original.
And just remember that for whatever
And the
reason,
TV
there's a
show.
Scottish man playing a Spaniard, and there's a Frenchman playing the Scot.
No. He was Sean Connery, the Scottish man, was playing an Egyptian living in Spain
But he
while
was
still
known,
having a Spanish accent.
but he was known as a Spaniard.
Okay. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But he was Egyptian, I thought. We'll have to rewatch the movie. Anyway,
Yes,
let's
you're right.
get on to Nick McCloud. We came here to talk about Nick McCloud in this section here, not talk about Connor McCloud. You got me onto it. Don't get me ranting. Anyway, Nick McCloud, 25 years old, 26 in July, probably immortal. That can be only one. 6'1", 190 pounds. Originally an undrafted free agent out of Notre Dame, signed by Buffalo back in 21. And I gotta say, as far as undrafted free agents go, he's definitely a success story. Last season, 17 games, 3 starts, 28 tackles, 1 interception, 2 passes deflected, 3 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recovery, and a 74.8 PFF grade. He actually had a higher PFF grade than Deontay Banks last year. Obviously, there's a difference in sample size. There's a difference in what he went against talent-wise. So I'm not trying to say he had a better year or he's a better play than Banks. I'm just trying to put it in perspective, like, he didn't have a bad year, guys. I still think that in the end, he's the guy who should be CB2. I get why you want your third round pick to be the guy to be CB2. I'm pretty high and probably higher than most people are on Nick McCloud. I just think it's time for the quickening and it's time for his time to take over as CB2. Yes, there'll be a lot of Highlander movie references. If anybody doesn't know the movie, by the way, you should watch it just to get this segment, not just to watch the movie because it's great.
Guys, I gotta go to the Highlander.
You've watched it.
A whole bunch of times. I'm gonna rewatch it right now.
You're old too. I know you've seen it.
Oh, that hurt my back so much. Just trying to get up.
The other question you got to ask is, again, he's going to be 26 years old here soon. He's been in the league, again, since 21. So you got 21, 22, 23, 24. This is going to be his 4th year in the league. Backups don't tend to last forever in this league. We've talked about it before ad nauseum, where the average NFL player, their career is 3 years. That's their career. He's already gone past that. But at what point does he not have a chance to prove himself to be a potential starter anymore? I feel like this really could be the last chance he has to prove he could be a starter in this league. And I really do actually think he has what it takes. Again, I'm probably much higher on Nick McCloud than most people are. And I don't think he'd be a stellar starter. I don't think he'd ever be a Pro Bowler. I'm not going crazy. He's the guy you can put out there and won't embarrass himself. But he won't excite you either.
Correct. You already hit the nail on the head. Like, the average starter in the NFL, 3 years, right? Terrible. Corners don't last long in this league.
No.
Like, it's wear and tear. Like, these guys got to move fast, be fast, think fast.
Think fast, be fast, think fast, be fast.
Chad Powers, all the way. But, like, you're not wrong with McCloud. I'm a fan of McCloud, besides just saying his name constantly.
Yes, I know. I can't help it.
I can't help it. But he's proved himself not to embarrass himself, right? So, like, is he your CB2 constantly through the rest of his career? Like, he could be your CB3. Like, he's a
I
guy
think that's
that
not a bad spot.
he's a guy that could have a long career in the NFL as not, like you said, a Pro Bowler, but a guy that does his job as a lunch pail job guy. Like, just comes to work, does what he's got to do.
Starter, high-end backup. That's what I look at him as.
Correct. So
There's
he could
nothing
have
wrong with that. There's plenty of people that would strive and kill for that kind of career.
Yeah, he would have a long, fruitful career as,
exactly
that borderline position.
Exactly.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.